Please stand for the national anthem. Please be seated. Good evening and welcome. Thank you to faculty and staff who are helping with tonight's event. A special thanks to Shannon Swanson and Elizabeth Eaton for organizing this event. Miss Eaton came out of retirement to help us. Please give them a round of applause. A special thanks to the Centennial High School Band led by Becky Weiland and Carvel Keene. I am Principal Tom Bruning. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and school board, I welcome you to the Centennial High School Class of 2021 graduation commencement and the 61st graduation commencement in the history of Centennial High School. It is my privilege to acknowledge students from the class of 2021 who have indicated to us they will be involved in our military after graduation. The graduates in this ceremony will stand and acknowledge the crowd when their name is read. Zach Bomir, Air Force. Brendan Bergraff, Army National Guard. Jonah Hilton, Marine Corps. Emma Jacobson, Navy. Logan Large, Air Force. Molly Needham, Marine Corps. Bryce Nino, Army. Scott Peterson, Marine Corps. Griffin Weber, Marine Corps. Jack Weber, Army. Please give him another round of applause. Congratulations, class of 2021. You've made it. We are so grateful and happy to honor you in this graduation ceremony. It is a Centennial High School graduation tradition to play the song For Good, which the concert choir will sing during this ceremony. If you listen to the lyrics closely, they say, "I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn. And we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. You were led to Centennial High School, and you have learned from us. But please know we have learned from you." From the words of Asha Tyson, who went from an abused, homeless teenager begging her way into college, to a Fortune 500 motivational speaker and an international best-selling author of the book, How I Retired at 26. Your journey has molded you for the greater good, and it was exactly what you needed it to be. Don't think that you've lost time. It took each and every situation you have encountered to bring you to the now, and the now is right on time. You have made it under adverse circumstances. You have shown flexibility, adaptability, and grit. Class of 2021, these skills will benefit you as you move on to the next chapter of your journey. Your time is now, and you are ready. We have enjoyed watching the success from this graduating class, which has been demonstrated by the multiple National Merit Scholarship Awards, the thousands of dollars in scholarships awarded to individuals to academic institutions throughout the United States, the numerous academic, athletic, musical, and activity awards and accolades, and the countless hours of service devoted to our school and to the Centennial community. Graduation is a bittersweet time. Graduation is the ending of your high school years. However, it's the beginning, a new beginning for all of you. As you transition into this next chapter to universities, tech schools, the military, other careers, please address these new times with enthusiasm and grit you have demonstrated here at Centennial High School. We all take great pride in having been a part of your growth and many achievements, and we look forward to following all the great accomplishments the Centennial class of 2021 will achieve in the upcoming years. On behalf of the faculty and staff, we wish the class of 2021 future prosperity, and we thank you for the memories. We are honored to have our school board members and superintendent of schools with us today, and it is with great pleasure I have the opportunity to introduce them. Chairperson Susie Guthmiller. Clerk Kathy Tim. Treasurer Chris Bettinger. Director Tom Nisley. Director Stephanie Carlson. Director Sue Linzer. And Superintendent of Schools Brian Dietz. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our Centennial High School Concert Choir, directed by Julie Enright and Robert Schlitt. They will perform For Good by Stephen Schwartz and arranged by Mac Huff. This will take a moment to set up, for there are seniors in the concert choir. It is my privilege to introduce School Board Chair Susie Guthmiller, who will introduce our student speakers.
Good evening. The seniors who are speaking today had to apply for this honor and were chosen by a committee of staff members. The criteria used to select these students were assessment of experience, entry essay, uniqueness of your entry essay, speaking experience, student style and presence, involvement and influence in school. Today I'm honored to present our graduate student speakers, Cece Ben-Zeil and Meyer.
Good evening, friends, families, and graduates. For those of you who know me, it won't be a surprise to find out that I love the Disney Channel original movie, High School Musical. The iconic soundtrack, a hilarious villain, the 2006 fashion choices, t-shirt, under another t-shirt, a young Zac Efron, what's not to love? Needless to say, I blame this movie for my unrealistically high expectations for my high school years. I mean, I didn't necessarily expect a choreographed musical number to break out in the cafeteria, can you imagine? But the ideals of friendship and togetherness and going against the status quo definitely were on my mind throughout the past 4 years. Plus, a wildcat and a cougar are basically the same animal, so can you blame me for connecting the dots? One of my favorite scenes in High School Musical is the final number. We're all in this together. East High has just won their championship basketball game. Troy and Gabriella made it to their callback audition for the winter musicale, and all is right in the world. The whole school breaks out into song and dance, celebrating their unity. I would be lying to you if I said I didn't spend hours, and I mean hours, in my family living room memorizing the dance moves from the bonus DVD. However, in the past year, the meaning of we're all in this together has changed completely. When the pandemic first began, I remember being so upset with the corny commercials on TV using it as a slogan. How could these Fortune 500 companies or celebrities living in multi-million-dollar homes believe that their suffering in quarantine was on par with families scraping to get by as a result of job loss, or exhausted medical professionals spending every waking hour saving lives from a tireless disease? Then came the yard signs. I think it's safe to say the majority of 2020 graduates in America had at least one, usually proclaiming the same mantra as the tone-deaf advertisements. We're all in this together. It was incredibly easy in the past months to slip into a pessimistic mindset. After all, this is not what Disney Channel promised me. And I don't know about you guys, but I stink at online school, like really bad. However, now I have my own yard sign, and I'm sure many of you do as well. Corny as it is, it's starting to grow in me. Whether it's a sports season ruined, a final performance turned virtual, or a less than normal class schedule, life and high school are going to throw many obstacles on our path. Our only choice is how we react. I, for one, am trying every day to choose optimism, which shouldn't be a surprise to those of you who know me. A choice we can all make is to come together and help one another along our way. We're all in this together has changed in meaning, but not in truth. As we look on to the rest of our lives, no matter what path we choose to take, we cannot ignore our past, a past that includes one another. We can't deny that our last years at Centennial were different, but to quote my favorite Disney Channel original movie, High School Musical, everyone is special in their own way. We make each other strong. We're not the same, we're different in a good way. Together is where we belong. Thank you.
right, let's do this thing. All right, when I moved to Minnesota in 2016 from Texas, I was walking into a situation that I was completely unfamiliar with, as you can probably imagine. I was leaving behind everything I had ever known and everything I had ever loved, and I was upset about that. However, I could have never imagined the impact that this change would have on my life. First off, I had to buy some pants and a jacket and some gloves and so on and so on. It's cold here. I had to learn how to talk in a Minnesotan accent. And as my family will tell you, you betcha I did. And then I had to figure out who Sweet Martha was and why everyone went crazy over her cookies. More importantly, though, I have had so many amazing opportunities here at Centennial, and I'm so thankful for you, the people I've grown to know and love here. After we graduate, we are all going to be in that situation, right? Leaving behind everything we have ever known and walking into a situation that we are completely unfamiliar with. We're starting a new chapter in our lives. Many of us are excited, many of us are scared, maybe a little of both. Tonight, I want to inspire you to embrace this upcoming change with open arms. This is the first time in our lives that we can do whatever we want to do. Our lives have become our own. Now, I don't want to give the cliche speech of go follow your dreams. How many times do we hear that? Go follow your dreams. But there's not really a better way to say it. Go follow your dreams. Adults ask us all the time, what do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to do with your life? When the fact is, many of you adults here still don't even know what you want to do with your lives yet. So no pressure. When people see my grades and my test scores and my high school accomplishments, they often say to me, you're going to do something big, aren't you? You're going to be a doctor. You're going to be a lawyer. You're going to make a lot of money. And I say to them, well, yes, but not in the way you're thinking. I want to talk about football on the radio. I want to be a sports broadcaster on TV. I want to get a sports media and communications degree. I often get a snicker or an eye roll as they say, why? You could do something better. And I say, because that's what I want to do. Here's the reality. The quote-unquote big dreams or big goals in our society are not big to us all. Each one of us has our own individual idea of success. My view of success is not going to be the same as your view of success. If you want to live in the White House, go do it. If you want to start a family here in Lino Lakes, go do it. If you want to travel the world, go do it. If you want to be an elementary teacher, go do it. People might tell you that your dreams are too big, too small, too lofty, too insignificant, or too impossible, but you must stay true to yourself. Follow your dreams. And parents, come alongside your kid and support them in their dreams, even if you might not necessarily agree with them. I will leave you with this. Do not settle. Do not settle for anything less than the life that you want to live. I'm going to say that again. Do not settle for anything less than the life that you want to live. Live your life so that in 60 years you will look back and say, yes, I did what I wanted to do. Even if I failed, even if it was hard, I am satisfied because I did what I felt called to do. Remember, our lives belong only to ourselves. And today, we get to choose what we want to do with them. If we have learned anything in this past year, it's that nothing is guaranteed. So do not wait. Do not hesitate. Go. When you leave here, go do what you want to do with your life, whatever that is. Thank you.
Before this senior class leaves, it is a tradition for the leadership to be passed to the next class, the class of 2022. This tradition will continue with senior class representative Molly Needham and junior class representatives Allison Hamsky and Grace Torma.
We, the senior class of 2021, are proud of our achievements. We are thankful for the opportunities and the support we have received for our families, our school, and our community. We challenge this year's junior class, the class of 2022, to uphold and continue the values which set Centennial High School apart from the rest.
On behalf of the class of 2022, we accept the challenge not only to maintain the high level of excellence at CHS, but to do as the class of 2021 did and raise the level of expectation even higher and instill an increased Cougar pride for all students.
We also want to thank all of the seniors for their leadership, talents, and support. Good luck to all of you as you start your life after CHS.
Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, members of the school board, Superintendent Brian Dietz, as principal of Centennial High School, I hereby certify that these graduates seated before you have successfully completed the requirements set forth by the state of Minnesota and the Independent School District 12 and are ready to receive their diplomas. Faculty members Spencer Wolvogel and Terry Saginski have the honor of beginning the reading of graduate names. Will graduates from Mr. Wolvogel and Ms. Saginski's rows rise and approach the stage? School board members Susie Guthmiller and Chris Bettinger will begin the awarding of the diplomas. I would ask members of the audience to please hold your applause until all graduates have received their diploma in order for all graduate names to be heard.
James Keegan Navatny,
Avery Sigrist,
Jordan William Newpower,
Solana Drawn,
Bryce Sushin Nino,
Alexa Owens,
Thomas Ryan Palmstein,
Abby Solorzano,
Cole Edward Olson,
Emily Esslinger,
Mary Kathleen Hobley,
Maxine Kushel,
Andrew Robert Dressel,
Grayson Morhes,
Shirin Mohammed Omar,
Sydney Michelle Weinholzer,
John Thomas Rubel,
Megan Christine Strang,
Hunter G.T. Hassel,
Reese Lauren Pearson,
Benjamin Wilson,
Erin Elise Schmidt,
Jackson Robert O'Can,
Cecilia Meredith Van Zyl,
Cody Allen McKinney,
Ella Therese Fiddler,
Mandy Marie McKinney,
Chloe Jeanette Schaub,
Courtney K. Osmick,
Anna Adrian,
Morgan Deborah O'Hearn,
Abby Schultz,
Isabel Baylone,
Megan Ertl,
Taylor Sue Olilla,
Eleanor Schubel,
Lauren Rose Parr,
Eli Gavednik,
Molly Lynn Olson,
Amelia Soler,
Samuel Gavin Nurka,
Trinity Russo,
Alex James O'Hara,
Abigail May Carpenter,
Grace Julia Prairie,
Molly Catherine Needham,
Perry Orstadius,
Elizabeth Timothy,
Angelina Marie Anderley,
Grace Michelson,
Alyssa Nicole Schumacher,
Joelle Tembrock,
Evelyn Kimberly Tompton,
Benedict McDonald,
Angela Elizabeth McMahon,
Gabrielle Williams,
Jaden Rose Meehan,
Abigail Williams,
Miranda Marie Pavlis,
Madison Berkowitz,
Charlotte Rose Patadio,
Caitlin Davis,
Elizabeth Marie Austinson,
Elizabeth Slaga,
Tyler Robert Roman,
Joseph Meyer,
Madison Joylyn Ekstrom,
Caitlin Grace Smith,
Grace Meyer,
Olivia Hines,
Elmer Brandon Pedraza,
Caden Steen,
Sean Michael Orlikowski,
Matthew Tesfacion,
Joseph McCourtney,
Liam Goulet,
Joseph Christopher McMillan,
Owen Reynolds Lillibridge,
Faculty member Ms. Ruth Olson will now be reading graduates' names.
Eric Thielen,
Griffin William Weber,
Nathan Strubing,
Jonathan Alexander Valencia,
Ben Sproul,
Anna Elizabeth Turner,
Eli Sorensen,
Madison Veronica Tomjanovich,
Aaron Trudeau,
Spencer Reed Schipple,
Jacob Panning,
Kylie Ann Wallen,
Nina Broberg,
Janice Mylea Vang.
Dominic Vancura.
Jaylee Vang.
Max Taylor.
Anjali Maiku Vang.
Elena Ferguson.
Italy Tatiana Torres.
Macias Tadisi.
Bussa Gubby Tufa.
Connor Thompson.
Elijah James Ward.
Evan Patrick Walsh.
Tyler Robert Turcott.
Xander Michael Strite.
Kalia Marie Siebenaller.
Gabe Spees.
Chu Kang Vu.
Dane Stensland.
Chi Zhang.
Faculty member Ms. Kristen Marshall will now be reading graduates' names. School board member Tom Nisley will be presenting diplomas.
Saffron Camille Vanderpool.
Adam Leon George Ganord.
Logan James Utter.
Aiden Gillen.
Joshua Mark Washburn.
Rolf Gale.
Dylan James Schwartz.
Landon Glaive.
Ethan Scott Van Zee.
Olivia Ferguson.
Sydney Patricia Waite.
Jesus Galvin Garcia.
Paige Elizabeth Walker.
Jaden Fluey.
Mariah Kachuk.
Garrett Grachik.
Skylar Elizabeth Van Beek.
Josie Furchner.
Leo James Frogie.
Elizabeth Gemlo.
Sarah Emily Vlasic.
Alyssa Gelwick.
Marin Lee Winky.
Ariana Field.
The next faculty member, Ms. Tina Lund, will now be reading graduate names. School board member, Ms. Stephanie Carlson, will be presenting the diplomas.
Emily Finder.
Ava Shea Napodi.
Harley Fawn.
Selena Marie Lund.
Noah Frank.
Abigail Ann Losey.
Eliana Frank.
Kaylee Mae Magnuson.
Zachary Albert Frank.
Hans Joseph Myers.
Jenna Marie Hogsted.
Amara Ray Murphy.
Madeline Margaret Fuller.
Morgan Ann Lesh.
Sabrina May Francis.
Colin Earl Nordness.
Nicole Taylor.
Claire Elizabeth Nepote.
Summer Francis.
Hong Nguyen.
Tanyan Gilbert.
Olivia Grace Lee.
Faculty member Miss Julie Cross will now be reading graduates' names. School board members Miss Sue Linzer will be presenting diplomas.
Trinity Rose Strohmeyer.
Jonah Hilton.
Cody Stephen Murray.
Emma Hopkins.
Jack Montague.
Emma Elizabeth Jacobson.
Reed Martinson.
Lauren Hoffman.
La King Kasipa Moa.
Tierney Lee Jelmberg.
Peyton James Newman.
Tiffany Marie Howard.
William Mears.
Kara Hicks.
Garrett Mears.
Leighton Jacobs.
Carson Meg Seo.
Ayub Isaac.
Sydney Marie Nelson.
Trayton Jarvis.
Emma Audrey Lewis.
Alex Israelis. Israels.
Alyssa Janet Levine.
Jacob Hoover.
Cade Charles Nelson.
Will Jagloski.
Faculty member Mr. Mike Mackin will now be reading graduates' names.
Cassidy Jensrud.
Christopher Carpenter.
Daniel Howell.
Natalie Ennett.
Mitchell Jacober.
Abby Elliott.
Carter Kohler.
Noah Dowling.
Faculty member Ms. Paula Treadle will now be reading graduates' names.
Max Carlson.
Tatum Elizabeth Severson.
Allison Chafee.
Allison Lynn Syme.
Jaden Klarner.
Kira Megan Selbichka.
Maisie Dockendorf.
Brock Alexander Cerna.
Brianna Case.
Ryan Steven Selner.
Sophia Lee Chubb.
Julia Sipe.
Luke Fenstermacher.
Kaylee Margaret Sendel.
Cody Kayford.
Danica Andrea Shoquist.
Hayu Falema.
Alexis Ann Schleg.
Andrew Erickson.
Serena Lynn Smallage.
Sean Farrell.
Henry Silvera.
Justin Dosey.
Ryan Mark Schaefer.
Sophie Escarica.
Ashton Taylor Slotsby.
Olivia Dowell.
Jennifer Elizabeth Sepala.
Audrey Dufresne.
Riley Camille Schreider.
Kate Fabosi.
Adam John Scott.
Mansour Jope.
Andrew Roy Schober.
Mousse Jope.
Carson Lee Spalding.
Rain Doherty.
Emma Jean Smith.
Samantha Jean Doran.
Devin Cole Severance.
Anya Dietrich.
Bradley Short.
Kobe Ellis. Bidaguk Chewell.
Family and friends, please remain in your seats while we present the class of 2021 and honor your graduates with a formal recessional. It is my honor to have the Superintendent of Schools, Brian Dietz, present the class of 2021.
At this time, I would like the graduates to stand. Please move your tassel from the right to the left side of your cap. This signifies the passage into graduation. It is now my pleasure to present to you the Centennial class of 2021. Please join me in congratulating the graduates.
And congratulations to the class of 2021. The recessional may begin.